back to Not Done Talking. I'm your host, Amy, joined with my co-host, Maria. Maria, what is up?
Hi. I had a work event today and I bowed out early. They're doing
I
a
love
field
that for
day.
you.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome that I
Field
wasn't
day?
there.
Like a field day?
Low key, it actually sounded so fun. I was like,
I'm just not the one. I'm not like
I was so into it. I was like, I can't go though. I mean, I probably could have. It's just like, I'm still like being really easy on my ankle.
What's the update? Give us the update.
I've been going to physical therapy. You know, it still hurts. I haven't been able to walk my dog, which is annoying because it's expensive. I'm like hiring dog walkers all the time. But yeah, it's just like still swollen. I have like a new protocol that I'm doing with like heat, ice, and then keeping it elevated all the time. Like right now, I'm sitting with my foot up.
Are you out of the boot?
I'm out of the boot. Yes.
Okay.
I'm using a lace up brace. But I can't, you know what sucks? I can't fit it in anything. Like the only shoes I can wear are sneakers. And I just like feel like a dork walking around in my Hokas with like a cute outfit and stuff.
Do you not have cute sneakers?
No. Like I have Adidas, but they're like I can't fit in them. The only shoes I can fit in are my Hokas.
So I guess we should address the elephant in the room.
Are you talking about the death threats that we received?
The death threats. So okay. I feel like we also should like we made it. We made it big, right?
You know, I didn't look at it like that.
Oh.
When you receive death threats, you've made it. Right?
So I feel like in the internet world, if you receive death threats, you made it. And this is insane because we probably like clock like what? We're growing our social media presence, and one of our videos about Lindsay Clancy popped off, and it was the one voicing our opinion about how this woman's already living in her own personal hell. So like, let her, like, we don't think that she deserves time in the slammer.
Yeah.
And I still stand by what we said. And we know that
I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm thinking maybe I should have said she should be in a psych hospital
because I think that's what we also
that was implied.
So did I,
but I guess it wasn't. We should tell. Okay, so I was getting we were getting messages like direct to us, kill yourself. The comments were like, I wouldn't even say them out loud. And I would report it, and Instagram would be like, oh, we found nothing wrong.
I deleted this one.
This person just threatened our life. So
I deleted this one and you didn't get to see it, but it was someone who looked like they had purchased a rope and a stool and screenshotted it and sent it to us.
Did they send it to our Instagram, like our joint Instagram?
Yeah, and I deleted it because I was afraid you would go off the deep end.
I would go off the deep end because like I thought I had been through it all. Like when my personal TikTok like blew up back then, it hasn't been blowing up in like over a year. But I would get hate, and it would often be from men. But like nothing. I've never experienced this before.
No, but the hate we get from men for our opinions that we've posted on TikTok is actually it's kind of insane, and it's always men. And it was a few weeks ago we posted another video. I don't know
the
which
Olivia
one
Wilde.
The Olivia
Wilde video.
Wilde one where we said we would never fuck with Jason Sudeikis again. That was insane. The men just like coming at us saying like talking shit about our looks and what we look like and all of these things. And you know, Maria brought up a good point. She's like, do we think Paige and Hannah are getting death threats? And I'm like 100%. And then you said like chicks in the office, they just get fat shamed, and you would rather get fat shamed than death threats. And I kind of disagree.
I would much rather somebody go for my looks than threaten my life. But you must live in a building with a doorman. I did not know where you were going with that. I wasn't expecting that.
I just fat shame myself enough that like that's not threatening. Like that's
Mhm.
more threatening to me than some stranger.
Okay, so I'll field the fat shaming comments and you field the death threats, and we'll
The
just like that's
fucking I'll field the stool and the rope that was sent to us on Amazon like a fucking noose. Like what is going on? Who has
no.
time to do this? And
That is a crazy thing. Like, I'll get like super heated about something, but like never enough to do that. Like, I might do a comment like, "Hey, that wasn't nice." Like
it's so weird. And like the noose guy, if his real name was on there, I was going to send it to like, you know how people like find where people work and then send
Mm.
these things. I was ready to do that,
Yes. I would
but they
love
give
to do
fake
that.
names. They give fake names.
Ooh, well, I have a Spokeo account because,
What
as
is
you know, I'm on
that?
okay, so
What the
on
fuck?
Hinge, I meet these guys and I need to, like, look into them, and some of them don't have social media, like, I don't wanna, like, go meet up with them until I know more about them. So, my coworker convinced me to get a Spokeo account, and it's, like, $30 for 3 months, and I can, like, see their
What
details.
what what does that mean? What is
Like,
a
I
spooky?
can you should be able to look up people's, criminal records and, like, where they live and, like, their
Oh my
contact
God.
info.
I want to
My
do this
issue is
just for fun.
I have to pay a higher tier to get to the criminal records, and I'm like, "Fuck, do I
Oh,
wanna pay more?"
I used to look up my exes. There was like a docket. This is so sick. There was like this docket website in Philly where you could look up anybody's name if you had their date of birth. And like I remember birthdays like you have no idea. It's my
Uh-huh.
one good thing. And I would look up all of my ex like boyfriend situationships. Ba 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 ba. And like if I was bored, you know how you used to like peruse Facebook? This was me like
Yeah.
perusing and I'd be like,
Like,
oh, DUI. Oh,
oh my god,
drug bust for paraphernalia. Ah.
we had, the Slammer. Is that a North Carolina thing, or did they have that where you're
I have
from?
no idea what that
Oh, it
is.
was the Slammer magazine, or it was a newspaper, and it came out every week at all gas
Oh
stations, and you could peruse, like, every week, everyone would buy it, and they would see, like, who's in the Slammer this week.
oh my God, I love that.
I thought that was a countrywide thing, maybe it was, like, a Raleigh, North Carolina thing.
I'm obsessed with the slammer. It's so funny. Speaking of ex-boyfriends, this is so corny, but I like am like ready. So I got a call the other day and it was like, hey, my ex's name. It's Bobby Fillet. And just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing. Give me a call, bud, when you get a sec. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Wait,
Like,
so they thought you were him? They got your number instead of his?
yeah, because I looked, if you look like, if you ever do that like name lookup, our names are associated together.
So it's like
Um,
how it's like maybe Alice question mark. Like, is
it's
that what you're
more
talking
like
about?
no, there's like this thing if you like reverse phone number lookup or whatever that like if it's like a
Okay.
people finder and my name and his name are associated and then it has my phone number
Were
and
you
like his
married?
no, but we were together for like almost 7 years and had a house together and a dog
Oh,
and
you
like
okay. Yeah.
yeah, we
That
didn't
I
own
didn't
a
know.
house together, but we
Okay. But
live
you co-resided.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, and I'm like, what do I do with this? And I was like,
Ignore.
I sent him a LinkedIn DM.
Wait,
So I
you
was like,
said your ex a LinkedIn DM?
yeah, for fun.
And you said
Because
so and
that's the
so wanted
only
to reach out to
spot.
you?
That's the only place that I'm not blocked. And I was like, oh, okay.
Did he
So I was like,
answer?
yeah. And I'm living off the
How does Meek
drama.
feel about this?
I haven't told him that he answered, but he doesn't give a shit. He's like,
Okay. You
whatever,
know what I like
like,
about Meek? You've been posting the funniest shit. Like, it'll be like a hot ass man. The one yesterday that I like actually cackled, it was like a hot man in the gym, and he was like, I can't wait for 9 a.m. to
45.
Yeah, like
Yeah, when the
whatever.
single moms are home.
The
I'm
single
like,
moms are home because like school is coming back in session, and then Amy's like, well, I don't like, I'm home right now or something. And I was like, I
my
love how
husband
Meek
works 9 to
Meek
6.
Meek doesn't even like,
He just is like
I
whatever
love that.
will shut you up and give you the attention you need. And this is what I needed on this Wednesday. So he wrote back to me this morning
Hmm.
and he wrote, and let me tell you, this is going to get me through. Hey, AIM, which is
Aim.
number one, because I'm
Yep.
like, yep, yep. So good to hear from you. There's more, but
Okay.
like, who cares? So good to hear from you. Like,
It's so
yeah,
good to hear from you.
obviously, it's good to hear from me. What do you mean? Anyhow, and then he's like, this is such a random message. I'm confused because I don't know how this man, I did talk to him, blah, blah, blah. How do
Uh-huh.
you know this man? And I was like, I don't know this man. So I responded. Anyway, we're going to have a nice little LinkedIn exchange banter
Okay.
for shits and
Okay.
gigs. You know, ever,
Because you're both blocked. Like you can't.
I don't even know. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I can't explain that this man would be like my best friend otherwise. There's like no sexual threat to any scenario.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just like we like know the ins and outs. It's like if like I would go and get a coffee with him if his wife would allow it because it's like
Hmm.
catching up and like talking shit and like,
They know you better than any. My ex, the one I dated in LA, I literally, if he could, I would make him my best friend. But
yeah.
he isn't there emotionally. But I'm like,
Oh.
you
Oh,
are
I
my
mean,
favorite person in the world. I
oh.
just am not like sexually attracted to you. But like, can we
Stop.
be best friends? And he's like,
Right.
no.
If like that's what I'm saying. Like if anyone saw me and my ex together, like shooting the shit, it would just be like, what? Like
Yeah,
you
like those are
guys
two
dated each
bros.
other? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
AIM. It's also like it's so Philly that message that like sometimes I forget where
Mm.
I'm from, and just like
Hmm.
bring it back like, hey AIM. It's like, yeah, hey AIM. Anywho, why the fuck am I talking about this? Okay, so death threats, ex-boyfriends.
Oh yeah, the death threats.
Yeah,
I
anyway,
don't know. That's all I gotta say on that. I guys, I took it down. I
yeah,
know
we took
that's
it
like
down.
cowardly of me, and somebody did comment, and they were like, "Why'd you take it down?" And I was like, "How did you notice that I did
But
that so quickly?"
but that's insane
But
too because then
I was like worried. I was like, I actually
and
like
then
am scared.
and then somebody else wrote like, "Oh, these two women believe in baby killers" on our next post about Jax Taylor.
Yeah, I did not see that actually. That's
Oh,
news to me.
sorry.
But okay, here's like I stand 10 toes down where I'm like, we need to have empathy for women. And one of the comments I kept seeing, and we don't have to like, keep talking about this, but like people kept being like, well, if a man killed all his 3 kids, then you guys would be like, burn him at the stake. And I'm like, but the case is that she was experiencing postpartum psychosis and like she was filled with drugs that she shouldn't have been prescribed, and we can
And
go on, but it's like this is this is a woman. A man can't experience postpartum, so that's like not a okay. Like you can't compare the two.
And there's so many other things. Like what we talked about in that clip is the healthcare system and how it's
Mm.
failed her and how it's failed
And her
m-
husband failed her.
and how her husband failed her. And that's what we talked about in that clip that I would continue even after watching this week's testimony and everything that's been going on. Like the system, the healthcare system absolutely failed her. Her
Hmm.
doctors. So there's this thing where your doctors put where all of your medication lives. That Jennifer Tufts never got the information before treating her of what other medication she was taking except from her word of mouth. And there's like a disclosure that every time I go to the doctors, I sign the disclosures that my doctors
Hmm.
can communicate with each other to talk about
Yeah.
what medications I'm on, and they can have like whatever that needs to be, or they can pull my records from whatever hospital or whatever doctor's
Hmm.
office.
Yeah, they
A-
use Epic. Most
Right,
hospitals or doctors use Epic as their
right.
software, or it's like a
So
white labeled. Yeah.
right. And so Dr. Jennifer Tufts didn't do that. And she was just taking Lindsay Clancy's word for it. I mean, watching over and over and over again how doctors were treating her. She was doing everything she could. She told Jennifer Tufts that she wanted to be checked in to a mental institution. She went to check into the mental institution and they said, "You're on too many medications. We can't take you." What?
I didn't know that.
What? What are you
Dang.
talking about? She was
Yeah.
begging for help. So if Jeffrey Dahmer was going into every single solitary
Yeah.
place before he became a serial killer and well, I'm really going to get death threats on this one. But if
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Be careful where you go
Dahmer
with that one. But meanwhile, I'm like nodding. I'm like, yeah,
No, but
yeah.
like
And then like,
truly,
we're doing it again.
if he went and he was going to people asking for help and they were continuing to deny him help, and then he killed someone, we wouldn't like do a second check and be like, where did we fuck up along the way? Because she was
Mhm.
doing everything right to try to treat her illness in her right mind when she was, and was still failed.
I think the issue is I think only women and from what I saw from those comments, only women were the ones who were willing to like put empathy and like understand it that way. It was like
And
we were getting posted on like these like super conservative men accounts like posting us on their story and like saying all these terrible things. I didn't see a single negative comment from a woman. And I
mm,
checked and I looked for it. I didn't see it.
and it's also like the comments that we were getting from women were mothers who actually have
Yeah.
been through. I don't know about you, but many of my friends have suffered from postpartum depression.
Well,
For
what's the stat? Is it's like a crazy, I think I sent it to you. It was like 10% of 10 to 13% of women experience postpartum depression.
that number to
That's a
me is
lot.
it actually feels so low to me.
I mean, it's based off what's reported. Like,
Right.
so many women have gone out and been like, I think I experienced that, but they didn't have a name for it back then.
And that's what I'm saying. Like 10 to 13%. I think the one thing that we can hope to get, yeah, look at this, about 12 to 16%. I don't believe that. I think that
It's
number
probably
is
higher.
so much.
Well,
I would say
I
50%.
maybe, I mean, I don't know, but like I was reading about like the lack like the hormone drop after you give
Mm-hmm.
birth and like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that it's the single highest level of hormone drops a human being can ever experience. A man will never in his life be able to experience like the hormone changes that a woman goes through in one day, let alone
And like,
like a year. And so you just can't compare like you just can't compare it. And that was
right.
just like driving me crazy. But yeah.
I'm hoping, I hope that if any good comes out of the Lindsay Clancy case, it's that women need to be heard, women need to be listened to, and that there needs to be more resources and research done for postpartum
Yeah.
mothers. It's
Yeah.
it's appalling.
Yeah, I hope so too. That's a really good point. I was thinking about when you were talking about how like that woman prescribed her without looking at her other prescriptions. I was thinking about I went to a psychiatrist once
Yeah.
and I was being prescribed Lexapro and I was like, "Hey, I think this is like fucking up my sex drive." And he's like, "Well, let me just prescribe you another drug to counteract that." And then I was like, "Well, I'm having like bad like side effects from this." And he's like, "Well, let me give you another drug to counteract that." And then eventually it kind of like tapered off and like got off all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it sounds kind of like that was the case with her.
And she said, like, I was looking for something to help me sleep. And like
Yeah.
they're saying, the one thing they were saying, the psychiatrists and psychologists or psychiatrists that were brought in this week
Mhm.
was that um she was resistant to SSRIs and like still couldn't, or maybe not SSRIs, but like the Ativan, the benzos. And so because she was resistant and not feeling fatigue, that almost made it think they're now looking like if she was in some sort of mania, and might suffer
Oh.
from bipolar disorder, like
Mm,
undiagnosed
okay.
bipolar.
Mhm.
So
Like a chemical imbalance, yeah.
it's honestly, it's just heartbreaking. And we're here to talk about like this is like I don't want to say a pop culture moment because that sounds sick, but like the OJ
Well,
Simpson
it's
case.
in
There
the
are these,
it's in the zeitgeist right
right,
now. Like a lot of people are talking about it's a case that's making waves.
100%. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for every single person involved. And I think it does put a light on what the healthcare system like is in the US and how women are treated when they ask for help. And I could go on a
Uh,
fucking tangent. But maybe we should switch it over to period
yeah.
underwear.
What do you want to say about period underwear? I saw that on the outline and you mentioned it and I was like, perfect, like
Hard pivot.
girl same.
Girl same.
I don't even know what
Okay.
you want to say.
I just like I'm seeing these ads for it. It was so funny. I was talking to my friend and she's like, yeah, and then Paige DeSorbo she must have got paid a lot to do an ad for period underwear. And I was like,
Oh, wait, you're talking about underwear. So we're not talking about like period stained underwear. We're talking about like underwear that you wear during your period for like a diaper.
correct. To free
Oh, okay,
bleed.
okay.
I mean,
So
we could
free
talk about
okay.
period underwear, but
I was
I
like,
love how you're like, girl, say
so embarrassing.
it's not embarrassing. Evergirl has period underwear. Stop it. Stop it. I wonder if we'll get a noose and a bench for that one. I guess
Oh
I
my
shouldn't make jokes about
God.
this. But I just was like, that made me think like, not how much would you have to get paid to say you wear period underwear? And I always want to say I'm a feminist until it comes to free bleeding, hairy armpits, and hairy legs.
You're not into free bleeding?
I think that's fucking
It's
foul.
disgusting. It's disgusting. But like here's where I got like roped into it slightly. Like
I
slightly.
love you
From
would
time to
whatever this
time.
is. Of course, you would get roped into it.
No, there was that crazy study that came out that even like organic cotton tampons were full of like
Oh,
arsenic and all these like metals and cause cancer. And
yeah.
so I was like, well, even the organic ones, what are we supposed to do? And I tried like the cup things didn't work for me. And so like from time to time I'll do that, but for the most part I'll use organic tampons, but I'm like, what am
But
I
wait, what do
literally
you
putting in my body?
mean? Wait, do you mean you'll like wear the period underwear?
No, I'll wear like a pad. Yeah. And then it's like I'm like literally I'm like you can see it. Like if I'm wearing leggings to the gym, I
Oh my
can't do
God,
that.
it's like
I
a
have to like
diaper.
it's disgusting. But you know a lot of women free like it's a quite common to free bleed.
Is that what they're calling it? Like, is wearing a pad just mean free bleeding?
It's wearing a pad was the OG thing. And
Yeah,
now we're like rebranding it as
it's
like
free
free bleed.
bleeding.
It's like the hippie movement now. No,
Mm.
tampons are bad for you.
Oh,
But
well,
they're so you can do so much more.
okay. So, what do you think, though? I think it's disgusting. All right, you
What's
free
my
bleed
take on
over
period?
there.
I'm here for it.
What
Like
do you think about hairy armpits, non-shaven armpits, and non-shaven legs as a
to
feminist?
each
Because
his own, to each his own. If you want to do it,
okay.
do it. I can't do it because I don't feel sexy when I do it.
That's a nice way to say it.
You know, I went on a date Saturday night.
Oh my God,
And
wait.
I don't
Also,
know.
my Gen Z correspondent was
Uh-huh.
hitting me up asking me about Frisbee Man and was like, is
Oh, so
Maria
this is who
still
I'm going to talk about, Frisbee Man.
great? Gen Z,
So we
Red, this is for you.
And this has to do with like Big Bush's hair. For some reason, he started telling me his story. He like kept talking about like his parents got divorced, and his dad like started bringing this new girl around, and they were on a boat together, and she like got in the water, and when she got out, I guess like her whole bush was out, and he
Was
was
this
10 years
recently?
old. He
Oh,
was 10 and he was like extremely traumatized by that. And I don't know why, but I'm like, I don't know why he just told me that story. Like he was telling me like deep things that like really upset him in his childhood. And I was like, I think you need to see a therapist. Like
is
I'm
this
not your
different?
person.
This is different from the voice notes from Friday night, right?
Yeah, the voice notes from Friday night. He's a no-go. I told him I wasn't interested anymore
Do
because he
you
asked me to
date mildly autistic men? Like, is that your type?
I mean, no, how can you tell from a Hinge profile what
Okay,
they're
okay, okay,
like? You
okay.
can read like totally normal over messages. I can like ask them a slew of messages, but if they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like on Instagram and I'm not seeing
Yeah.
like videos of them talking, at this point I need to be like, I need to see a video of you speaking and like communicating.
So,
But
okay,
Frisbee Man is like actually really cute. We had a steamy make out. It was like
you did?
yeah. I like okay,
Steamy
here's my issue.
makeout. I love a
I
steamy makeout.
I overcompensated. So like my ex didn't share anything and this guy
Okay.
shares a lot. So I'm like pleasantly enjoying it, but I can imagine it could get really annoying to
Okay.
like yeah.
One of my listeners
Uh-huh.
friends was like, "What actually happened with Maria and her ex?" And I like tried to give like what would you say was like the straw that broke the camel's back with your fiance? Ex,
So
just ex.
technically my fiance, but where's the ring?
Yeah.
So I caught him in a lie. I'm not gonna. I don't think I want to share the
Okay.
lie, but it was like
No,
a
but definitely share
lie.
Frisbee Man's mom bush trauma. That's
He'll never hear this. He said, well,
kidding.
he claims he doesn't have social media.
Okay. Okay,
And
so
I don't
you
think he
caught him in
could
the
find if he doesn't have social media. Wait, okay, wait, who are we talking about? Are we talking about my ex or are we talking about Frisbee Man?
I don't know. Okay, so give the X, and then I want to hear more about Frisbee Man. Like, okay,
Okay, for y'all's information, I caught him in a lie that was like a years long lie, and when I confronted him with indisputable like you're lied, he turned it on me and was like basically gaslighting me and like went on the offense and was like coming at me. Then when he realized that wasn't working, he decided to come clean via an email admitting to a truth that was still not a truth and saying that it was to protect our relationship. And that's why he had lied for over a year. And I got the ick because I was like, I
done.
think that this might be like something you do. Like, I think you
Mm,
might just be like like, what do you call it? Like a serial
pathological,
liar?
yeah,
I think you
pathological
might be.
liar.
And I don't even think he lied. Like, it was literally just like to look better, like for ego stuff or
That's
like
weird.
just, it's
That's like
weird. It's
sociopath
weird.
weird.
I literally asked ChatGPT if he's a sociopath, and
Oh
apparently
my
he's
god.
not a sociopath.
Okay,
But
I'm
I don't
not.
know if I believe that.
The way the single girls are using ChatGPT is it's blowing my mind. I had an experience with one of my single friends. The things that she's asking ChatGPT, like similar to yours,
Uh-huh.
um, I'm like, can I give away
Like, give
what
me an
she asked?
example. Like, yeah.
She asked ChatGPT. So I have a lot of single friends now. Like everybody's getting divorced and everybody's getting like breaking up
Round
with
two.
partners. I feel
Mhm.
like this is like this like universe. She asked if you I'm like, should I not say this? She asked ChatGPT if you had sex with somebody who had a huge wiener, would it affect your vaginal canal forever? Like, would you be stretched out?
That's a valid question. I don't know why, like, I don't know why that's bad.
I almost fell off the treadmill. I was like,
I imagine if it's consistent, it
no,
will.
no.
I mean,
It gets worse after a baby, and like then you're ripped. But
yeah.
no, big wieners don't
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Okay, another question. This isn't okay. First of all, is Frisbee Man? So we're going on a second date with Ultimate Frisbee Man.
I don't know. He asked me like what
Mm.
my schedule is, and then our schedules aren't aligning. But he asked if I wanted to hang next week, and I haven't responded. Here's
Okay.
my thing with Frisbee Man, and I am
Okay.
just so oversharing. Like, but I don't know why I'm feeling crazy right now. He's really skinny, like Timothy Chalamet skinny, and I wasn't
Oh,
expecting that because I think there was a point in his life when his pictures were taken and stuff where he was like a little more like bulky. And I
okay.
just feel it makes me feel big.
Large?
Like, yeah, like I want to be with like a man who's larger than me. And
Okay.
I feel he's so skinny. and he's like into
Okay.
running and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can get into that.
You're also tall, right?
I'm tall, so I
Yeah.
already have that going against me because
It's not
like,
going against you. What I
well,
would do
it's
for a
going
long
against me for
leg.
dating because it's like really
Oh.
hard to find somebody I'm not taller than. And then
How
I
tall
feel
are
very
you?
masculine. I'm 5'10" and a half. I just read a stat that only 15% of our population is of males is over 6 foot tall.
Mm,
That's a
that's an
small
interesting
how tall is
fact.
Meek?
He always says he's 5'11", and I say he's 5'10", but he's 5'11".
People shrink.
I know. I mean, hopefully I don't. I am such a short person.
You're a shorty.
I'm such a shorty. I'm
I think it's
5'2".
cute. I think it's cute because you have a big personality. So like, it's got to make up for it somewhere.
Had to figure it out one way. Okay, wait. So I
Imagine a
want
big
to.
personality and you're super tall.
I dated when I was 23. I dated someone who was 6'8". It
He
was
probably had to like get on his knees to kiss you.
Yeah, like if we would go to the bars, I would have him like sit on a stool to like have a conversation. You know how usually if like a guy sits on a stool, you can like get in between the
Yeah.
legs? Even then, he was still leaning down. Yeah, he said to me like, "I think you're too short for us to like date serious."
Really? I mean,
I know.
yeah, I don't blame it. Like that's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. I was a little midge.
Sometimes love isn't enough. Like you just need to be
Oh, I wouldn't
compatible.
say that we loved each other. Let's not get crazy. But I do want to talk about, okay, so another dating thing. Another friend went on a date and in New York, you're taking subways everywhere. In Raleigh, I'm assuming you're like driving places.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's an expectation, it was like on one of the podcasts, that the man should send an Uber to you. What are your thoughts on that? I have thoughts of like they should definitely make sure you get home safe if they're a gentleman, like whether that's paying for your taxi home or like depending on the time of night.
I mean, it would be sick, especially if they invited you, but I've never had it like that. Like even when I lived in a big city, no guy ever offered to buy me an Uber. I would feel like I'd be like, this is insane if that
So
happened.
weird.
Like in a
Okay.
nice way though. Like
Yeah.
it would be nice, but it's never ever happened to me. And I've been on like over 100 like dates.
I love that. But
Your
what
friend must
about
be dating ballers.
No, 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 no. She hasn't. This hasn't happened. But then someone else, like they went to some, like whatever. There was a guy went there and then it was a 10-minute walk to the train by herself at
Yeah,
nighttime at like
that's
11 or
fucked up. Like
12.
even like the guy Friday, he didn't walk me to my car. And I was like, that's lame because it's literally like 2 feet away. Like you have to make very little effort to
But
like
also
do
like, isn't
that.
that your chance for the kiss?
Yeah. And
It's like
then I
you're
was like, okay, he's not into me. Like I wasn't really into him. But then he hit me up. My ex didn't walk me to the car on the first date either. And I was like,
ew.
I should have run that.
Oh God, I feel like sometimes all I do is hype Meek up on this fucking podcast. He sucks in plenty of ways, but not like that. The first time I went to see him in Belgium, I will never forget this. I'm like, what is happening? We were walking down the street and I was walking on the outside of the street and he like somehow finagled me and moved me
Mhm.
around so that I was on the inside of the street. And I like looked up,
I
I'm like,
love that.
what are you doing? And he's like, oh, there's just a street. And I was like, oh my God, I'm giving blowjobs today. Why did I just say that?
Yeah.
Why did I just say
No,
that?
yeah. When I was in college, I was walking with a guy late at night and I got hit by a car.
What the fuck? Never ceases to amaze me.
It was like it wasn't what you think. Like I wasn't like on the hood of the car, but I was walking on the outside and like the side mirror hit me. Like my ass, it hit my ass. I was bruised for weeks and I was in so much pain. And like that is why men probably should be on the outside.
Yes. This also brings me to the question. I feel like again, this is what do you think? Because like I've been like watching around New York City, and I love watching when a man is carrying a woman's purse in a sense of like he's carrying
Super
it
cute.
for her. And the other
Yeah,
day,
because he's not
yeah,
afraid to look feminine. That is
right.
like the hot, and that's why we like Erling Holland because he carries purses, his own purses. Like, I think that's hot.
I don't think I ever would have, I never dated a guy in Philly that would have carried my purse. I don't know how to say that in a different way, but in Philly,
Eh.
like there wasn't that type of man. And I know that sounds weird. It doesn't sound weird, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Well, it's like it's a cultural thing.
Yeah. And we left, we like went to see, oh, and then we need to talk about the invite. Me and Meek went to see the invite and we got pizza first. And I always have like shoulder problems. I had shoulder surgery on this arm and it's always bothered me. And I like took my leftover pizza and shoved it in my purse. And he just grabbed my bag, put it on his shoulder and started walking. And I was like, huh,
Oh, he's
that's
such a
hot.
green flag. Did
I
before we
know.
talk about the invite, did you guys talk about the did he hear the last podcast
I can't remember.
where you talked about your anniversary?
Oh, oh,
He didn't say
he hasn't
anything.
said anything, but we talked about
Okay,
it in
good.
therapy yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really healthy.
I know. And she's like, how about you guys just do stuff for each other moving forward? And I was like, fine. She's like, you guys talked about it. Like, what else do you like? Sometimes I think I go to therapy just to like appease my everything should be fucked up brain, like, you know, where you're like,
Mm,
this is gonna be fucked up. This is like I preemptively do things because I'm like worrying about nothing. And she
mm.
basically said that to me. And I was like, okay, well, where's his accountability on getting me a fucking trip to Paris? Because that's,
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah, she needs to take your side.
For
What kind of
sure.
therapist is she?
What kind of therapist is she?
My my therapist, I think I need to break up with her.
Okay, we need to
I've
talk about this.
3 sessions. 3 sessions she has talked the whole time about herself. 3.
Oof.
And I don't know why I canceled my next appointment, but I need to just tell her like I can't go to you anymore.
What does this mean? Talked about herself.
Like, okay, let me give you an example. I tried to like talk about my own problems. I tried. Like I attempted to talk about my breakup. She turned it around and started talking about her breakup, that it was worse.
What? What?
I'm not
What?
joking. She's a licensed clinical social worker. So like she's not a psychologist, like she doesn't have the but like she's a licensed
That's what my
therapist.
therapist is. Yeah.
Um then last time I was like, well, let me change tactics. I'm going to try to talk about my dad a little. She started talking about her dad. And I was like, okay, I give up. Like, I can't get anywhere with you. But then she has like really good advice. Like, before she gets to talking about herself, she'll like throw in a nugget that's like actually quite
No,
helpful.
it doesn't matter. This is a waste of your time.
It feels like a waste of my
This is
time. I
like
haven't got billed
my
for it either. My health insurance covers it, but I'm like waiting for whatever my copay is going to be.
But my therapist doesn't even like I'm allowed to like if she'll text me and be like, "Hey Amy, I need to cancel. I got sick this week." If I ask her more than 2 questions about how she's feeling, if she was sick, what
Mhm.
she was sick with,
Yeah.
she immediately changes the subject because she basically said to me once when I was like, "How come you never?" She's like, "I'm not supposed to. That's not my job." And the
Yeah.
craziest thing is I always said this to her because she'll like be like, we need to stop talking about me if she says like more than 3 sentences about herself. And the craziest thing is the biggest piece of advice that sticks with me the most is something she told me about herself and her life and her family dynamics. It's like stuck with me forever because I trusted her so much. Um, but this isn't that. This is not that.
Yeah, I mean, she did give me, like, really good well, basically, she had, like, a really bad breakup, and it was, like, quite bad, and so I
But
think she was saying it to be like, "I can empathize with you," but then it felt like I was like, "I literally know too much about you." Like, I
that's
know
insane.
about I can tell you things about her that I don't think she could tell you about me. And
That
like
is
she said
insane.
something, she was like, "Yeah, are you going to see your niece?" And I was like, "I don't have a niece." Like this has happened to me like with every therapist I go to. They're like,
Do
"How's your
you
sister?" I'm like, "I don't have a sister." Like, are
Okay,
you getting
girl,
me
you need to
mixed up?
break up with your therapist. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What the fuck? My therapist like will
Yeah.
remember. I feel like I'm like one-upping between my husband and my therapist. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
My life is in shambles, Amy, and your life is great. No, I literally don't care. You know what though? It's hard to find a good therapist. Like they all have a wait list, and that's why I keep getting the
Uh,
shit because they're like the only ones who are available who don't have a
get
wait
the wait
list.
list, girl. There's a reason they have a wait list. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, your therapist should not be talking about themselves.
I actually think I'm her first client.
Oh my fucking God. I also think your therapist needs to be your exact same age or older than you. I stand so strongly
She's
on that.
older. She's older. Yeah. But she
Yeah.
pivoted careers, and I'll tell you, like, I could tell you why she pivoted careers. I can tell you about her whole, like,
What is
trajectory of
going
her
on? What are
yeah,
you talking
yeah,
about?
and, like, I can tell you about her
Okay.
yeah, anyways, we won't go there, but I could
We
tell you
need
some
to
crazy shit.
that sounds awful. You need yeah, okay, you need to pivot. Should we talk about the invite?
Mm, 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 mm.
What did you
Yes.
think?
I fucking loved it. I
Fucking
loved it
loved it.
so did you watch it in movie theaters, or was it
Yeah, yeah,
streaming
yeah.
yet?
We went to the movie
Okay.
theaters, which I love going to the movies. I will always love going to the movies. You know how sometimes they're like, it's a dead art form. I'm like, please don't.
It's my
I,
favorite.
it's my favorite.
I
It's my
wanna see
favorite,
Nicole
favorite, favorite.
Kidman in her pantsuit talking about
Oh,
how like
yes. There's this cool,
movies are a magical place.
yes. There's this cool thing in New York where there's a few theaters that aren't like AMC or Regals, and they're like old neighborhood theaters, you know, that like
Yeah.
and we went to one of those and it had reclining seats. I think it might have been like the first of its time back in the day. I mean, who the fuck knows? I'm literally making this up as I go. But anyway, it was great. It wasn't like 100 seats. There were probably like 50 seats in the whole place. And it just felt like, oh, cool. But anyway, the invite, I have not laughed that hard at a movie in so freaking long.
I know. I laughed. I'm trying to like remember it
Oh
because
my
like
gosh.
oh okay, so Penelope Cruz,
So
she
hot.
was so good. She was so cool. She like
So
her
cool.
character was so cool. I wanted to have a threesome with
Oh,
them. I
God.
was like kind of getting turned on.
It was the whole thing, though. Also, the subtlety of Edward
Mm,
Norton's acting. Me and Meek were walking home. We were talking about it, and he's like, I just kept watching Edward Norton's reactions to everything because it's so obvious that like Seth Rogen's giving the funny reactions, and like he's the one, you know, that's
yeah,
like what the
acting
hell? What is
big.
this? Right, acting big. And he's like, but you didn't see all the subtleties of Ed Norton just like doing these like crazy reactions and like different faces. And I went back to see how much of it was improv because it is based off of a movie,
Oh.
The People Upstairs, which was a
Hmm.
Spanish film. And Olivia Wilde adapted it, directed it. And that scene where Edward Norton explains what happened to his mother, I think. Do you know what scene I'm talking about?
Is it the one where he talks about his wife? Like
Oh,
his ex-wife
his
who
ex-wife. That's exactly
not
what it is.
ex, like they were married and
They
I
were
don't know if
married.
I she passed away, I'll
Yeah.
say it.
That was improv. And
What?
Seth Rogen's reaction was improv because
Oh my God,
Olivia
they're amazing. I need to tell my friend who I went to see that movie with. That's insane.
yeah, she gave up because me and Meek were getting into a fight about it on the way home because he's like, there wasn't improv. The dialogue was too impressive. It
Mhm.
was too quick. It was this and that. And I'm like, when things feel conversational like that, they are typically improv. I mean, yeah, like husband, don't listen to the fucking person who is like trying to do this for a living. Like, yeah, okay, you got it. Red flag. And Yeah, but I just thought that was so interesting. It's just I love learning those like ins and outs. If you want to hear
Yeah.
a really good podcast about her talking about it, it's Armchair Expert where she dives into like all
Who,
of
Olivia
the
Wilde?
yeah,
Okay.
it's so interesting. She
I
talks
haven't
about
listened
all
to
of
Armchair in a while.
I know. You have to get the right person. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
No, I
That was a
used to
good
be
one.
like really into Dak
Same.
Shepard's podcast. Like back when he had just started, and I don't know if you remember, he like had a relapse and he like
Mhm.
opened up about it
Mhm.
and that.
Day
And then I don't
7.
know. Yeah, I don't know why I like fell off or something, but
Yeah. It
yeah, no,
happens.
Olivia Wilde was so good in that movie. I Seth
Again,
Rogen's character was annoying as fuck.
oh, see, I he was making me pee my pants. It's
I
just
mean,
like
he was
these
making
like
me laugh.
yeah. But oh yeah, he was so annoying. The fact that I would say it's one of the best movies I've seen in like when have you it's in unexpected. You don't know what to expect the entire time. And it's funny, I was talking to my friend a friend about it and she's like, it's really sad. I mean, I guess it's sad all around. Like how in the end, spoiler alert, they end up like saying they want to separate. Meek thinks that the ending scene where they're at the piano means they're getting back together.
Yeah,
And
that's I read it as they're getting back together.
oh my God,
But I think
absolutely
they left
not.
it open. I think they left it open to interpretation.
100%. And that is the beauty of a movie like that because could still enjoy all of the movie without getting stuck on that last piece of like, oh, it's negative now at the end. Cause I think it was more like he plays the piano and she like it's their like ending together. Because when you break up with
Mm,
someone, there's always like the final
closure and like
moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think? So in the scene she invites these people over and he gets home from work, Seth Rogen's character, and he's like, "We're having people over." And she's like, "I told you yesterday we're having people over." And then fast forward to the people coming over and they're like, "You just invited us like a couple hours ago." And I was like, "Damn, so she just like gaslit him." Like that was fucked up.
But I think that's like like that is a metaphor of their relationship is that she's like,
Yeah.
I could have told him yesterday. I could have told him today. Either way, he would have reacted the exact same way. He would have said the exact same thing. Like, you didn't tell me. Yes, I did tell you. It's been on the
Yeah.
count. Like all of those things. To
Yeah.
me, it was such a like, there were so many things that were like the epitome of marriage in that. And that was one of them where it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
I might not have fucking told you yesterday and I might have snuck this on the calendar without you
Mhm.
knowing, but like, give me a fucking break. You're gonna bitch about it anyway. So or maybe that one just hit hard close to home. Uh,
I wanna watch it again. What did
yeah,
you
same.
think of the paint colors? My friend thought that was like a metaphor for something. Like, she brings Edward Norton's character into the room and she's like, "What do you think about these paint colors?" And my friend thought that they were all 3 the same
Oh
paint
my God.
colors.
The
And
other
she's
thing
like,
that I
"What
thought
do you
that
think that was on purpose?"
I would 100% say yes. And the other thing was that she was wearing a shirt in the exact same color. Did you pick up on that?
No, I didn't.
And I
That's
was like, what is that
interesting.
saying? The other thing that I really liked in her directing is I don't know if you realize there were a lot of scenes shot through a mirror. So like
Yeah, there was a and through windows and
right.
stuff.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
is that because like I was wondering what that was about. The directing of it was
It was
so
just very
interesting.
artistic, like, the
Yeah.
camera angles, it was all filmed in, like, one at least I think it was all filmed in, like, one area.
Yep.
It seemed very low budget.
It was filmed in 35 millimeter, which is not done that much anymore.
Oh.
I know. I hope Olivia Wilde gets her flowers for this because
Yeah, we're gonna get
she
canceled for liking her.
clip
The incels
this
are coming for
one.
us.
The incels are coming. I don't give a shit.
They don't
Suck
like when we like Olivia
dicks.
Wilde because she's a cheater according to them, and I tried to find proof, and according to Google, her
According to ChatGPT.
she
ChatGPT.
she claims that they were broken up when
Yeah.
she started dating Harry, but that they
Of
like
course. And but also like we also know that if she was stepping out on Jason Sudeikis, not stepping out, but like there was a work romance, like she was infatuated with Harry. I think I talked about this before. Like she's probably watching him on the monitor every single day and like watching his acting and getting a talent crush on him. And like
Mhm.
there's already problems in her relationship. And this just kind of adds fuel to that fire of like, oh, okay, maybe I should leave now. I don't think
Mm.
people just willingly leave their long-term relationships.
And I think a lot of times for women, it's like people, the famous saying, like the guy is like, that came out of nowhere, or
Ugh,
that came
don't
out
get
of
me
nowhere. And it's like,
started.
I guarantee, like my ex, I think he thinks it came out of nowhere. And I'm like, what
Give me a
about the
break.
500 times that I said this, that you didn't listen, that I asked for this, that you didn't listen? And then all of a sudden it's like, where's this coming from? Where,
Clock
like,
it.
I never heard you say this before. It's
I got into a
infuriating.
fight with a friend who recently broke up, and like it was the same thing of like it probably came as a shock to them. I don't give a shit because you've been
The
telling
signs
me
were
that
there.
you've been telling them that you needed
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z to be content, and that you needed like it doesn't.
Mm.
And I also think for women, it's different. It is a slow ending. It's a
Yeah,
slow
it's a
ending. It's not
slow
like they just
yeah.
like because
I mean,
it's like
unless,
the
like, something
resentment.
drastic, but, like, in a long-term relationship, if it's a breakup, like,
Yeah,
that's
the resentment
yeah.
builds, things happen, and then fucking hell, oh, we're surprised.
What's your take? This is gonna
Mm.
ruffle some feathers. What's your take
I
on
love that.
get taking the man's last name in a marriage?
Oh, so I love this conversation because I did not take my husband's last name. And I never wanted to because um, we don't and won't have kids. And my grandfather meant everything to me, and our last name was always so important to me. And
Mhm.
no one ever questioned, like my family never questioned it. My brother, but my brother's like a fucking whatever.
Mm.
But in Belgium culture, you don't take the
Yeah,
husband's last
Europeans
name.
don't
Yeah.
yeah.
So like my mother-in-law still has her name. Like I said, well,
Mhm.
what do you do when you like call a restaurant and make a reservation? Or like if someone's looking for like Mrs. Blah blah blah. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Like when she was the coach's wife, but culturally, it's not a thing there. So
Yeah.
we
My
need our.
friend, so I'm like very hardcore, like never take a man's last name.
I was
Like
always
I'm
too.
aggressively that way,
Yeah.
but my friend she's a month into a relationship. Like they're not like they're like seeing each other. They're
Okay.
not like officially together. And it came up and he was like, I expect my future wife to have my last name.
For
And she's like,
what?
she was like, I expect my future husband to not ask me to do that, and I will not change my last name. And then I was like, I think that's a deal breaker. Like I think there's enough things that she's told me where I'm like, I think you need to like maybe
But
walk
this is.
away.
But it's also like I've been thinking about what you said to me about liking masculine men because
Mhm.
there is a part of that that's true. And then there's also this part that I don't always know if masculine men are secure men. And I think more than masculine, I
Mm.
like secure.
Yeah.
And my husband is very secure in who he is, which helped me feel even more secure in who I am.
Mhm.
Because in Philly, culturally, if you said you weren't going to take your husband's last name, every Kathy,
Mhm.
Joanne, and Diane are going to have an opinion about it.
Mhm.
And I would probably fall into that because I don't know anyone of my friends from Philly who doesn't have their husband's last name.
So my very good friend changed her last name recently, and I like feel like like hurt. I'm like, well, you're no, like
This
you are
isn't who
the
you
most
are.
independent, smart, like you and your last name is really special. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And then she took his lame ass last name.
But that's the
Like I
other
called
thing.
her and it went to voicemail and she's like, oh, and she said her new last name and I was like, oh, you didn't. Like I am so mad at her. And I
Well, you
know
can't
like
be mad at her. That's
she's
insane.
best
I'm
last
sorry.
name. She's the
Like,
best last
you can't be
name.
mad at her, Maria.
I
Respectfully.
just feel like what's the word? Like
You feel like she's giving up a piece of herself to be with a man. I mean, I don't know if that's what you feel, but
Yeah, but like I feel hurt. I'm like, why would you do that to me? Like you're taking away my
girl,
That's how
that sounds
I
like
know you.
codependency. Sounds a little weird.
I know you that way and I don't need you to change, okay? I'm a little weird about change.
I was thinking about that today too. That's so weird you said that. But I in the beginning, I did both last names. Like
Like hyphenated.
I had both of them on my social media because I did like the idea of like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh,
We're a
but there's
partnership.
right. But like, there's no way that you could put my last name and Meek's last name next to each other without it looking like an entire alphabetical soup.
Mm.
So I stopped that and I was like, what am I doing? And then one of my friends on our first anniversary wrote a card to the Vandarios, which was a combination of both of our last names.
That's cute.
So we refer to ourselves as that.
I love that.
Yeah. And so it's like
That's
his
so
first last
cute.
name and the back part of mine. And I like that a lot.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah. I
My
know.
brother and his girlfriend are having a baby, and the last name of
Oh,
the baby is going to be her last name.
and how do you feel about that?
Like, I want, no, I'm
Oh,
good with
she's
it.
a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. But this is what I'm saying. Like, don't be mad at your friend because she took her husband's last.
I'm not actually mad at her. I'm not actually
Good.
mad. I was just like,
Good,
oh,
good, good.
oh,
Oh,
I'm a little
oh,
shocked that you did that. I'm just
yeah.
a little shocked.
I
Okay,
have a
we've
friend.
got an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
and
Okay.
we
Yeah. Wait.
haven't talked about a
I
single
know.
thing on our outline.
I want to talk about Brooks Nader topless with her dad.
Okay, wait. Okay, let me set the scene. So Brooks Nader is in Italy with her family vacationing,
If you don't
and
know who
there's
Brooks
pictures
Nader, yeah.
there are pictures released of her where she's like topless. She has an amazing body, and
Hot
she's
as
like
hell.
talking to her dad, just like face to face, topless with her boobs out.
Yeah. And
You're about to explain who she is.
yeah, I don't know if I need to. Brooks Nader, like social media personality, smoking hot, had a
Mm.
reality
A
show with her four
dalliance.
sisters.
She had
Oh,
a
and a
dalliance with
dalliance with
the
Gleb,
Gleb from
something
the
Shanko from Dancing with the Stars, and it was
yeah.
very toxic and fun to watch. Yeah. Okay. So after spending time in Europe in the summers, who the fuck do I think I am? That's why my last name should be Von Dario
When I
because it's so
summer
like,
in Europe, I just like we just don't like tan lines. So like
yeah.
why would you wear a bathing suit? That's
Why?
disgusting.
It's so weird. But you see a lot of tits and wieners. You see a lot of them. And like they're in front of friends, family, like no one cares. I did not grow up in a naked household. Like I don't even
Same.
like the fact that my dad knows that I own a bra or that I still get my period. Like one time he tried to tell me, this is insane. One time my grandmother had breast cancer and he tried to imply to me that I should get that chick checked out one time
Uh-huh.
and like gave me a look and did this. And I was like, get what checked out? You want me to get a mammogram, dad? Can you say the words?
Uh-huh.
Boobs, breasts.
He
He could
literally
not.
couldn't even say
He was
it.
like, you should stay on top of that. And like did like a head thing. I was like, are you directing your head at my tits? Like what? You know, that's how we grew up. No naked.
So like I'm like a little looser than that, but I will never go braless in front of my dad. If I am to
Oh
wake up
my
in my
God, are you
pajamas
insane?
and like I have
Yes.
to, if I'm gonna see him, I'm putting on a sports bra because like I am not going braless in front of him. That disturbs me. But
150%.
they're a naked household. I only watched one episode of their show on Hulu,
It's
but I'm
great.
pretty sure they say in episode 1 we're like a naked household. We're like a very close family and all that stuff. I think we're so American. Like this is
I
such
know. That's what I was
American
thinking.
culture. I'd
Yeah.
be curious what Meek thinks
I know.
as like
I
a
would too because
European.
like when his sister comes to visit us, she'll
Mhm.
get out of the shower and then she'll put like undies and a shirt on and like get ready. And I'm like, hello. Like we live in a one bedroom
Huh.
apartment and I'm
Yeah.
very aware of that. when I just was there, his mom came in the room when we were sleeping to wake him up in the morning. And I had
Mhm.
like my undie thigh out. And I was like, oh my God, like my mom hasn't seen my undie thigh in decades.
Okay, you're like next level. So like if you went shopping with your mom and
I
you're like,
talk about
let's
things that would never happen, but go ahead.
what if so you wouldn't share a dressing room?
What? With my mother?
I'm like, Mom, can you come in this room so that we can compare outfits? But I'll like turn around. But like I need instant feedback. I don't want to like wait outside her stall to be like, "Hey, are you ready? Can you
Do you
come
guys
look at
like,
this?"
would you share a toilet stall?
No, I'm saying like not a toilet stall, but like a dressing room, a dressing room stall.
This is a hard one.
This is
I
another thing we need to like
I
give
do
a
not know.
poll to
I
the
am
audience.
very American and very, I want to say Italian American at that. Like,
What about when you're in a bathing suit? Do you go to the beach with your family to the
okay,
Jersey Shore?
I have, and I probably didn't wear a bikini in front of my parents till I was much older. And even
Okay.
now, like I didn't know what bathing suits to pack when we went to Portugal with Meek's family. I was like texting my friends, like, am I wearing bikinis in front of Meek's dad?
That is okay. So I was with my friend. My friend and I were like going to the pool together, and I wore like a very tiny bikini because it was just her
Yeah,
and me.
girl. Yeah.
And then she was like, surprise, my mom, my sister, and my sister's kids all decided to come. And they all had one pieces on, all of them. And I was like, I feel like literally when I got in the water, I was like covering I was like, I like jumped into the water as fast as I possibly could
Was it
because I
like a
felt so
thong?
awkward.
Was it a thong?
It was very showy in the butt area. Not a thong, but it was just like very like stringy on the sides and
Okay.
like a very small triangle
But I feel
on the
like you,
top.
I, okay. I don't know. I think like, I didn't wear bikinis for like 3 years because I gained all this weight and I started wearing them again this summer and I was like,
Hell
fuck this
yeah.
shit. My shit's out there. I was in the water with my niece the other day and she stuck her
Mhm.
finger directly in my belly button. And I was like, this feels weird.
I don't know
That
where
sounds
to go with
weird.
that.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm
Sounds
like,
weird.
was it mean? Was she
No,
bullying
she
you?
just
Or
was
was like
curious. Like, what goes on in there?
kids do fuck with the belly button.
They
Like as a
do.
kid, I was doing some weird shit with my belly button.
Like, what? What are you
Not like weird shit, just like I was curious about my belly button.
I love how I think you're weird. Like, why did I tell this story? Why? It's so funny though, because I got into this conversation with my friend. We were at her house in the Hamptons last weekend, and me and her were in the pool, and she's in a one piece. I'm like, why are you in a one piece? Like, she never wears
Yeah.
one piece. And she's like, oh, my husband's nieces and nephews were here. They're going to be here this week. So I like brought my one pieces. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, they're like 20 and like 17. I'm like, oh, what does that mean? She's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's like, the 20-year-old comes over here and the 17 comes over here. The 17-year-old's like barely dressed. And then her friend comes in and gives my husband a hug, but like an up hug, like a hug over. And
Uh-huh.
she's like, she's barely wearing any clothes. I'm like, what is happening? She's like, then the 20-year-old comes over to me with his like rock hard abs and muscles and gives me a hug. And then his friend hugs me. And I'm like, what is going on? She just said it felt perverted all around. And I was like, yeah,
You know what's
sounds.
perverted that I did? Um, not like I worked at a startup when I lived in LA, and my boss had like a nice house and he invited us all over for like a pool party. It was just like weird as fuck being in
Oh
a
my
bathing
God.
suit in front of
Oh
like my
God.
boss and the higher ups of the company. And like that's it. That it wasn't perverted, but I definitely wore a one piece and I
But
felt
see,
so uncomfortable, especially seeing them like without a shirt and
oh
stuff.
my
Like
God.
it
But
was
see, like,
weird. It was
we do
weird.
that with Meek's company. And I'm like,
Really?
Oh, because we'll go on like we've been to trips like Mexico, Costa Rica,
Hmm.
and I'm like, they're like 25-year-old girls that work with him. And I'm like, this has to be weird for them. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, they're fucking sitting there in their like string bikinis in front of their boss with like, a nip slip could happen at any time. And then,
That is so weird. No, I wore like the
interesting.
most cover up that I could possibly, and I still felt
Yeah.
weird as shit. I
But it's
felt
also
weird.
like, this isn't the weird part of me showing. The weird part of me that would show is my big old booty. And there's
Hmm.
nothing covering that. So,
So yeah. Well,
uh,
you don't work at that company, so you can show
shit,
it
I
all
mean,
you
I don't
want.
give a shit. We're way past our Doom Scroll debrief. What are we talking about?
Can we please? I just really want to
Okay,
talk
let's
about
talk
the
about the
valley.
valley.
Did you
Can
watch
we
the
please?
reunion?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, part one, because part two comes out tonight.
Great.
What's your take on the whole Lacey Michelle drama?
Okay, first of all, if I was Michelle, and I want to talk about Harry Jowsey too, but if I was
Hmm.
Michelle, I just think Lacey needs to stay in her lane, respectfully.
Yeah. And
Like,
she acts, I'm
come
pissed at
tiptoeing in
her.
here, girl.
Just because you don't yell doesn't mean you're not wrong. Like, I'm sure Michelle was like probably overly emotional. Like, I believe that she probably was like acting a little crazy, but too,
Fair.
like, I would be too. I would be
Oh,
acting a little crazy too if this random like new woman was like brushing my daughter's hair that I said,
oh my
like,
God.
please don't bring any new women around my daughter so quickly.
The level of anger that would give me as a woman of somebody else
Yeah.
trying to mother my child, and I'm not even a mother, but the thought of that would drive me insane, keep me up at night.
Yeah, and then
Truly.
Lacey keeps being like, "Well, I'm a girl, mother to mother. Like, I've got your back. Like, I'm a girl's girl." And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't
I
really think you
also
do have Michelle's back at all.
I think that this stuff takes a lot of time and a lot of practice, like doing it together, meaning like
Yeah.
Lacey's expecting a lot from Michelle this early on. And it's
Yeah.
almost like like take a step back and just kind of stay in your lane, because if she has been through this, she knows how tough it is. And I think Michelle and Jesse, I think it was really great to see them kind of come around this season and not see them fight. But some of the hardest parts of the season were watching them like sign their divorce papers and
Mhm.
walk their separate ways and see them like have those tender moments. And
Yeah.
Lacey, I think, should understand that it will get better, but we have to there has to be space between like the divorce and and I
Yeah.
do think once Michelle's dating someone and in a better place, I think these things will slowly but surely come around.
I didn't like how Lacey was like, "You're just an unhappy person," and blah 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 blah. I was
That's
getting
a low
mad.
blow.
It's
That's
a
a
low blow. And how are you supposed to deny that? Like, if
and
somebody's like, "You're just a sad, unhappy person," I'd be like, "Well, no, I'm not." But like,
right,
how do
but
you say like, "But I'm really happy." Like, I don't know.
I just think too, like if you are still trying, like this is the mother, and the thing that I think is that Jesse's sitting there smirking. Jesse secretly loves all
Mm,
this. He's so
yeah,
narcissistic that
probably.
he's like, look at these
Probably,
women
yeah.
fighting over me. He knows that Michelle feels like he wasn't affectionate with her. He's like overly affectionate with Lacey.
Mm.
It's a hard watch.
Well, so the next episode, I saw a preview for this week, and they're going to get into like the finances of it all, and I'm really looking forward to that. Like, because apparently Michelle has to pay for a lot of like the stuff that Jesse's not paying for, and you're seeing like Lacey in real time like hear about it, and it's just really like interesting.
What are your thoughts on prenups?
Oh, I'm all for it. I was going to
This
get
is
one.
this is crazy because it's not crazy. I don't know why I said that. Belgium is very everybody there gets a prenup. A
Hmm.
lot of people there, you get a house first and then you might get married, you might have kids. But the house part, as soon as you are to purchase a house with someone, you go to the lawyers, they write up the prenup. And then it goes on and on. And a lot of families in Belgium, maybe I should just talk about like in Flanders where Meek's from,
Hmm.
um, will give money towards down payments for houses and things.
Hmm.
And I was so offended at this because his parents were going to give us money towards one of the houses we bought. And they were like, but only if this comes with an agreement that you have to, if anything were to happen, Amy has to give you this money back. And I was so offended, heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't trust me. They don't have faith
Yeah.
in us. So upset about it.
Uh-huh.
Hindsight is just like, it's so smart. I was so naive and silly about it. It's so
Mm.
dumb. Everybody should get a prenup. I changed my mind. I changed my tune.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually fight about this with my dad because he's like, getting a prenup is such a like, you're like automatically saying we are going to not make it. And here's
Mm,
like what we're gonna do when we don't make it. And I'm like, let's be realistic. Like,
50%.
what's the percent? I think it's got to be more than 50% at this point because that stat has been around forever. 50% of marriages don't make it. It's got to be way more than that now, like 60.
Let's see.
But then you also think about the fact that like women, I need to protect
Oh,
my shit.
the
What?
rate
What's the
has
stat?
fallen substantially over the past few decades. So, the commonly repeated statement that 50% of marriages end in divorce is not an accurate description of today's divorce experience. It's also not correct, blah, blah, blah.
So then what is the percentage?
1 in 3. So, about
S-
33%.
Okay, that's
Whoa,
actually better than I thought.
that's a lot
It's still,
better
I
than
mean, it's
I
still a,
thought.
like a good probability that it could happen, but like a little bit better than I thought. Huh.
Interesting.
Now I'm
Um,
seeing 35 to 40% of all modern first marriages in the US end in
yeah,
divorce.
45% of first marriages had experienced a disruption.
60% of second marriages and 73% of third marriages end in divorce. That's
50
interesting.
It's also interesting by year, 53% by 20 years. See, this is why I wanted a big thing for my 10-year anniversary because I don't know if
Oh,
20
you
years is
made it
happening.
through. You made it. 20 years is happening, dude.
Dude, that's
20
fucking a
years is
long ass time.
happening.
That's a long
You
ass
got
time.
you got a
Speaking,
good one, and there are not very many good ones left.
okay. Well,
So
I
you
think I
got a
hyped
good
him up
one
too much.
before.
He sucks sometimes too. Like, let's be honest. He's very
I mean, I
stubborn.
kind of like he and I had like a little disagreement in the DMs. Remember
About
that?
something different or about
It was
soccer?
about the
Oh,
Argentina team
mm,
soccer
yeah.
playing, and he was very respectful, and we came to a mutual understanding, and I was like, wow, that was really refreshing to like hear your perspective and for you to hear my perspective.
Don't hype him up too. There
we
can
were
only be
talking
one
about
of us.
we were talking about sportsmanship.
Oh, that's hysterical talking to about him about sportsmanship because that motherfucker is such a competitive a-hole. If you saw him on a soccer field, you would be like, holy shit. He's insane. He gets in
So
fights with people about
that's why
board
he likes
games.
Argentina.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we are so fucking far over, and I didn't get to talk about Harry Jowsey. We'll put that to next week.
Okay.
What's in your Doom Scroll debrief?
Okay, his name is Armin Sadiq, and he's a surgeon, and he posts these like hilarious videos of
Oh, yeah.
like he does these like crazy long shifts, and I don't know, he's just like the way he edits it is insane, and it's hilarious, and his
But he's
commentary is
also like
amazing.
making fun of himself. Like, this is
Yeah.
my busy day in the ER. He's like, just kidding. I'm like a general practitioner who basically sees diabetics and high blood pressure patients all day.
No, but he's like a serious surgeon of some sort.
Are you sure he's a surgeon?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Because when the
There's
one you sent me, I was cracking up because that's what he
he's
said. And I was like, oh, I love this.
so funny.
I like
Well,
him.
I think he was volunteering. I think he's on like a volunteer
Oh,
excursion. That's why. Because he's like
God.
a good
I was
person.
just going to say, talk about good people.
I know.
Okay, so my doom scroll debrief could also potentially be for husbands for you. It's called
Uh-huh.
€1 home.
Okay.
And it's these 4 to 5 Australian guys that bought a €1 home in the middle of Sicily or Sardinia.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
it's like in this tiny little town, no one speaks English, and they're refurbing the house. And in like a week, they got over 100,000 followers. But it's just them like goofing off, trying to build this house and like get the construction materials to the small tiny town.
Hmm.
It's one of those ones that's like it's a fun watch.
I love
And
it. I'm gonna
and
follow.
I'm still on the orca whales. That one's really just,
You and the whales. I'm sorry, you sent me a whale video and I was like,
did I? Oh my God, I don't think I meant to send that to you. I thought I
I was
kept
like, I
that
mean,
like here.
I'm not like that. Like it didn't make me
Doesn't do
laugh.
anything. Oh
To
my
do
God.
anything for me. A
They're coming
puppy
in
video or a
strong.
monkey video, I
Okay.
fuck with. So keep
Okay.
that in mind if any come across your
The
desk.
orcas are like really, the orcas are like video, video, video. Okay. Well, this has been another episode, another chaotic episode of Not Done Talking.
Mhm.
If you're listening for the first time, incels, we love you. We're here for you. Maria can find you a therapist. Like and subscribe on on
And
Instagram and
stop
TikTok.
sending us death
And
threats,
please stop sending
please.
us. You can also watch
Jeez.
us on YouTube. And we'll be back next week with an all new episode of Not Done Talking. Until then, bye.